friend, my family, my people. Another episode of Smoking the Truth Podcast.
With your boy Orlando Flo.
And Ken Ass.
Woo-hoo.
I love the energy today, man. I love how we're looking today.
Yeah, I'm always making these adjustments.
And you got a fresh cut.
Yeah.
I love it.
Look at that.
Ladies, be careful. Steven's coming your way for New Year's Eve.
New Year. Hey,
man,
or
what
just
are
the
we?
New Year in general. I mean,
Valentine's Day coming around the corner. You know,
2 months down around the road.
14 is coming around. Well. I hope everybody's having a happy, beautiful holidays, Christmas, New Year's,
Hanukkah, whatever.
whatever you celebrate. Okay.
Whatever you enjoy.
So it's been an interesting week, right? Because let's get down to topic.
So
let's
many
get
little,
down to the juice.
I wouldn't say little. So many of a lot of things actually happened with this whole stimulus thing. It's crazy.
You can say that.
First they started out saying $600.
How much you want?
And now they're saying almost $2,000. But then they're like, no. And then Trump hasn't signed anything. And then everything's falling apart because Trump didn't sign anything because he refuses to sign what's going on.
How much do you want? Trump is asking. You want $1,200, $2,000?
I think Trump was almost saying $2,000.
You know what this reminds me of? You know when you're about to get divorced, and you're about to leave the house, but you're trying to buy your girlfriend or wife with money. That's you trying to do it to us.
He's like, here's my bribe. Overthrow this and put me back in office, please.
You're not gonna win people no more, Trump. You know what's crazy?
Hey, but you never know. He still can overturn it last second with crazy authority.
He's gonna try anything in his hands to overturn this.
We'll see. If he would have already initiated like martial law or something like that, which he can freeze the elections and stuff like that. But which
It's the last case.
There has been so many radical ideas that was proposed to Trump on how he can stay in office.
Donald Trump is a lost case. I'm sorry, man. He can try whatever he wants, and I know for a fact he was just talking smack this week about $2,000. Like, I'm 100% sure that he just did the talk. That's it.
But I also do say,
I don't feel that.
what don't make sense to me, and I don't know how valid that information was that I read, but it was basically saying that, I'm not gonna lie, I just lost my train of thought on that.
But, like, look, no matter what he said this week, I feel like he was just all BS. Like, Trump is just making noise right now. At the end of the day, man, even if they give us $600, if you own money on a mortgage, on a car insurance, on a phone bill, if you're behind for the whole 6 months or whatever, 12 months of the pandemic, there's no way you're going to catch up with $600.
No. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. So
There's no way.
The information I was telling you about is $900 billion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And apparently we're giving money out to other countries, too. Out of this $900,000 stimulus bill. So I don't know how valid it is. Like I said, I saw it. I don't know how 100% valid it is.
It doesn't make sense, though.
If they are, then why would you try and fund other countries more than you would rather fund your own home country?
That doesn't make sense, bro.
Unless we were one whole country and they were part of the United States, I would understand why.
What you just said doesn't make sense at all. I know it sounds something that will happen.
But I'm saying if they were, though, like if every country was united into one country, I could understand, a stimulus bill going out to other countries and helping other people too. But we're not in that type of society.
We're still struggling with our own people.
Yeah, so it's going to be difficult.
It's going to be difficult, bro. I think. And one last thing I want to mention. I was listening to the radio this week, and they call out, they call people, hey, what's your thought on this situation with the stimulus check?
Yeah.
And somebody was like, Joe Biden needs to do better for us.
Yeah, so people were trying to blame Joe Biden for us getting a low stimulus. Yeah, people were blaming Joe Biden for us getting a low stimulus number. No, that's the Republicans, not the Democrats.
People need to. This is what I'm saying. People need to get educated, bro. I'm tired of hearing this stuff.
Trump is still in office, and Biden has no control over anything that's going on currently until he gets sworn in next year.
It's sad, man. It's sad that. And it wasn't only one person. It was a couple people called the radio this week
They said the same thing.
They said the same thing. Joe Biden needs to do a better job on giving us money.
Yeah. People do need to get educated. Like that's not how it works.
That's not how.
He's
not how it works.
He's not there yet.
He's not running the office. He's not running the show. He's not doing nothing yet. He can do nothing for us
Until January.
He steps in that office and takes over.
I believe that's January, right?
Yeah, mid January. I'm excited. I'm excited what he's gonna do in office.
I mean, it's always interesting to see what any president will try and do in office.
The first 100 days, we're gonna close their whole country up. What do you think about this?
Do you think he actually will?
He might do it.
It's a possibility, but you can't really just shut down everything. So I mean, it's gonna go back to first day COVID restrictions.
Either you give me $1,200 and we can close the country.
Yeah, so that's the only the only way. So
I'm just saying.
Remember how I was telling you about that money that they were talking about trying to give out to people, like a bank, it was a Saxo bank.
Mm-hmm,
I was trying to give I forgot the universal income thing.
The universal income that we touch base like every monthly.
Now, if that was taking effect, yeah, go ahead, shut the country down and only leave factories to cook food and make sure everybody's going to be able to have food in their stomach and things like that, and drinks. And
it's tough. It's tough.
It is. It's a big thing, especially
it's tough.
trying to shut everything down. Like,
and like not only that, bro, like the currency, bro. Because remember, it goes back to the currency. Like, I don't know if you saw the news this week. Bitcoin just hit almost 30K.
Yeah. Oh, I was talking to somebody about that the other day, and it was crazy.
And people are going nuts. People that are investing on Bitcoin, like people that are like, I told you Bitcoin's gonna go up.
I'm kind of upset I didn't invest because it was
Me too.
10 grand when I sold it.
Oh,
10
me too.
grand.
And now,
but I didn't. Of course, not gonna drop 10 grand straight down on it. But if I would have, I would have been a lot happy camper right now.
So much money right now.
Yeah.
But it's all good. Bitcoin has a long way to go. To be honest, this is just the beginning.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just the beginning, bro.
Honestly, you see what I'm talking about now? How it could possibly prevail as a strong currency.
I can see it now.
It was like this in the beginning, but it's starting to slowly creep back after it took that pitfall.
We'll keep that in mind throughout the year. Let me tell you another crazy stuff that I got high off. Scientists, let me tell you this is from the New York Post, man. This is scientists splice human genes into monkeys' brains to make them bigger and smarter. Oh man!
So basically,
break that down for me a little bit because I don't.
They injected a gene called ARHGAP11B,
right,
which is basically a stem cell in the human brain. So it'll allow the monkey that they're testing this on to grow a brain about the size of our own, meaning it could possibly grow with intelligence and more. If you think about it, monkeys and gorillas and all that stuff, they all are almost just like humans,
close to human, but ain't we causing the end of the world happening to us? And we're building a monster.
It's almost saying that with AI. Are we building a monster with AI? Because AI is going to become smarter than us in 10 years or so. One thing.
It's a touchy topic right there.
It's crazy.
That's a crazy topic.
Artificial general intelligence is
the next.
So close. It's 10 years. It could be 10 years or less away.
You know how that sounds to me? It sounds like when you were in the 70s and we were talking about computers being the next technology thing. Nobody would like, computers?
Nobody would believe
computers going to take over the world in 2000s?
But
heck no.
They want to be able to see if it'll advance areas like control cognitions, language, and things like that.
So a monkey will be able to think close like a human,
and
speak,
maybe even speak
and interact.
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, we have a voice box. I don't know if monkeys have voice boxes or because
they can mimic something close to that. I'm pretty sure.
So I did watch a video earlier because I know how smart they are, and it was basically talking about I think a gorilla named Lucy. I think it was. Don't quote me on that. And they basically were teaching her sign language, and she knew like over 1,200 different signs over the course of her life. She could tell you what she wanted, how she wanted it, tell you which object was, all from sign language.
That can be the next people that could work for humans. But don't
abuse it. Planet of
It's
the
gonna
Apes
happen.
could be real.
It's gonna happen. You
Just
know
like
how
iRobot could be real.
Look at this guy, man. This guy's dreaming already.
No, I don't want any of that.
It's
to happen.
interesting, man. What's happening with monkeys? I mean, it's interesting.
Just the future in general.
Yeah. Let me tell you this.
What's up?
What if I told you that you got the department of fire department? You know, the people that helps with the fire. You know,
Yeah.
come sing happy birthday to you on your birthday.
I mean, I'd be filled with joy somebody saying,
Will you
hey,
feel special?
happy birthday to me. I get a good birthday.
So, bro, the Bethesda
Bethesda Chevy Chase.
Rescue Squad sings happy birthday to Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, that's down around the corner by DC.
So Dr. Fauci, let me just make sure we have this clear here according to the news. He just turned 80 December 24th.
I'm not going to lie. I did not know how old Fauci was. I thought he was at least, 55, 60.
80 years old.
80? Are you sure he should still be in the CDC?
That's what I was going to say. How many years into you retire from working for the government? That's my question.
I mean, if you think about it, Biden is older than him. No, Biden's younger than him.
Let me double check that.
Biden's in
me
his
double check
70s, right?
Let me double check that fact because Joe Biden's our president. He's going to be the president right now. He's 78 according to Google.
So he's 2 years younger
Apart.
than Fauci.
And they're about to...
And they accused Joe Biden of going crazy.
Shouldn't we have a law about this?
About the age?
Because...
I feel like after a certain point, yes, but until we can overcome certain obstacles like, dementia and things like that for older people, until we can leap over those hurdles for them, I feel like there should be a temporary restriction on how old they can be.
Because 80, bro, is
pushing it.
It's pushing it. And
are you sure he's going to make it all the way through the election?
That's what I'm thinking. Is it going to make it all the way to
term?
4 years?
Those 8-year terms? I mean, think about it. He's 78, and if he goes through an 8-year term, he's going to be close to 90 years old.
It's interesting. What if the vice president takes over in 2 years?
Kamala Harris?
She can.
Honestly,
because look,
still say she has the highest chance in the world of becoming president because of everything that's been happening.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, if Biden really is losing his mind, he gets pulled from office while she's in there, she does become president.
Hey, let me tell you the facts. The Simpsons predicted that we're going to have a female president. They predicted Donald Trump's going to be in office. The Simpsons had predicted a lot of stuff that happened in real life.
Even crazier is that episode with Lisa being the president and being the president.
Hey, that's the one. Mm-hmm.
She had the pearls around her neck, and what did Kamala Harris have around her neck one day was so big.
Hey, they're into something. They be predicting a lot of stuff. You can look up on YouTube how many predictions they did so far.
It's crazy. But then again, because even though the whole Lady Gaga thing that everybody tried to say about, she could have just gotten that idea from that and used it. But and so
don't you say that? Don't say that. The Simpsons predicted. They're very trustable.
But yeah, you could. Somebody post a video. If somebody post a video of me and said one thing, and it got everybody's attention, on a cartoon or something like that. And I go on where something, everybody's going to be looking at me now because it's kind of association, if that makes sense. It's going to draw somebody's attention because somebody's already drawn attention to The Simpsons or have seen that detail.
Hey, I'm just saying, bro. The Simpsons have predicted a lot of stuff in the past, and I will not be surprised.
I'm not down there everything else, but the Lady Gaga thing.
It might be a setup, yeah. It was a setup.
It was. She just copied it for her own. So
I don't know about that, but
I think she did.
I doubt it. So let's move on, right? Let's move on. So, it's been crazy with the mail system.
Yeah, I even got a buddy. He's real mad and upset. He bought so many things, and it just got tied up in the mail system.
Never came on time?
It still hasn't come yet. It's been over a month. He still hasn't gotten anything.
I'm not surprised.
His baby daughter did not get barely anything for Christmas because everything he ordered was through online.
But hold
and
on.
it got held up because there was so many COVID things going on at that place where his stuff was.
Oh, I'm about to say, did he order? Was it timing issue? Did he order like the week before Christmas?
No,
Or was it ahead of
no.
time before Christmas?
He even ordered a computer for himself it's been a month,
Nah,
and
bro.
he hasn't gotten it.
They're tripping now.
Yeah.
They're tripping big time.
But back onto the idea of the Maryland mail carrier.
Mm-hmm.
So he pleads guilty to stealing credit cards.
Man, why do we got to, man?
This man is trying to cash out.
Guys, this is what I've been trying to say, man. We put so much trust in these companies to mail us stuff on time, and especially credit cards, gifts.
With COVID and everything else, Amazon, if you please take over the mail system, fix it, please.
You think that's gonna happen?
I'm just saying, like,
They need help.
I'm saying Amazon's doing way more efficient.
Hey, they're making the money too.
I mean, they're still making money, but
Amazon's killing.
It's
It's a killer. And I'm not surprised. You know what it is? The system needs to be... It's old. Whatever the U.S. mail post office is using is an old system.
So, basically, a news release, the Maryland-based federal prosecutor's office said Danielle Barnes, 27, of Randallstown, Maryland, pleaded guilty this week to mail theft by a United States post office employee.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, go ahead.
The charge carries up to the 5 years in prison, and she will be sentenced in February for 5 years.
That's a long time just to wait prosecution.
Hey, but good. This is dumb. You're gonna go 5 years in prison for stealing credit cards?
Depends on how much money she took off them credit cards. I mean, that's 12 credit cards, and you never know what could those limits be. It could be anywhere from...
Look, this is what it says here. So
could be anything.
In July 2019, when the police officer found 12 credit cards during a traffic stop, and that the cars belonged to people along Barnes' route, they launched an investigation to the whether Barnes was stealing the mail from her route.
Gotta be able to like
Don't
use
use
it.
credit cards.
Don't use a credit card if you can't handle money.
It's pointless. Sometimes it can be pointless. It depends of if you really want to build up your credit, and if you really are very
If your credit is really bad, yes, get a credit card and do something, and try and fix it. But don't.
If you can't control yourself, don't use
get
it.
one. Don't get one. Find other means.
Don't use it.
Get yourself a cheap like $3,000 car and pay that down. That's
Stay away from
heck of a lot better.
Mm-hmm. And that's just something, man. That's just something crazy. Let me tell you what's been happening with Apple, man. We got the headphones, we got the phones. They come with new headsets that cost $500.
And now you hear something driving down the road, driving past at multiple speeds, and then you're wondering what the heck that is coming onto the roads in 2024. What is it?
The Apple Car. So, pretty much, I was reading a little bit of the article. Let me see. So the long rumor that long dead Apple Car may have been restructured. So they want to come up with resurrected. Sorry, they want to come up with the new car.
An electric car.
Electric car specifically.
With pioneering battery technology.
So Tesla, here we come for you. That's what pretty much is saying. Hey, let me be real with you. Apple saw the break of Tesla. How much money did they making? Why not jump on that wave?
It even says, investors took the news so serious enough that it sends Tesla stock into a dip.
It makes sense. No, but hold on. It makes sense from a business perspective. If you can put a car out there that can be electric, and we know electric cars is next. What's coming next already?
Well, I say electric and hydrogen.
Both. Why not start building it now before it gets super hot in the market?
So why don't they build it now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It makes sense.
You don't want to drop. So just like Elon Musk never wanted to drop a product unless he knew for sure that product was going to be deliverable. Does that make sense?
That's going to hit the market.
So even though you can design a car, in your backyard, you can do this or that, and you can, build a car from the ground up, but you also got to find a way to produce that car and manufacture it at a high rate. Like, you can't just put a car out there and expect to be able to meet demand without a factory that can handle it.
let me ask you this: where does the Tesla comes? The car? Where is it built right now? Is it built in the United States or China?
Yeah, it's built in the United States, but I also think that they do have a branch out there in China that develop cars out there as well. I think it's in Silicon Valley where Tesla mainly is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
pretty sure that.
But actually, Elon
Apple
Musk
got the money.
Elon Musk is actually moving out of California. He actually sold a lot of his properties and then moving to Texas. And believe it or not, a lot of big conglomerate companies, as Oracle and a few other companies out there, are actually moving all their companies to Texas because it's lighter restrictions on how they can work and operate.
That's weird.
But the only reason
weird.
The only reason Elon Musk is moving because he wants to be closer to Boca Chica, which is where he does his SpaceX launches and stuff like that. He wants to be closer to his baby. I'm not gonna understand that.
Makes sense. Hey, it makes sense. Whatever's best for him, you know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So, bro, remember I was telling you early, like let's stop talking about what's going on in the world. Let's focus on other things in life. Man, the fear of missing out, bro. FOMO.
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 It's almost like FUBAR, but FOMO, like sumo.
This guy went out there, but you know, like the fear of missing out, meaning that, you know,
say somebody's out there having so much fun, and you're seeing it on Snapchat, like I really wish I was there, and it's starting to upset you because you're not there. That's basically the fear of missing. Your fear of missing out is basically you don't want to miss out on the situation. You want to be there to observe it and enjoy it and take it all in just as well as somebody else does.
And just to have it clear, you only seen what they post on their social media, so you don't even know if they're paying for whatever they're doing. It coming from their own pockets, or it's just.
Or they could just went down the street and rented a Lambo and posted it up on there, like, look at my swag right here.
It happens a lot. It happens a lot the more you think of. Like, people rent cars, fancy cars. They rent, luxury washes. They buy washes, just to show it off. Or they travel just because they want to take a picture and post on social media. Just to, like, feel like, oh, I'm doing something better than you.
Yeah. That's a competitive nature of social media.
You know how dumb that is?
Yeah, but what can you say about society if people don't listen and wake up to the ideas and the realms of what's going on? How can you change it?
At the end of man, you speaking facts. It's stupid, bro. Like people need to stop looking at the other person a lot. Live your world.
Live the world that you want to live. Don't live what other people live.
Don't be looking around. Oh, and this person doing that. This person went to this place and tried this out. You know what I'm trying to get to?
Yeah, don't be afraid to say no to a situation where you can't go, and even though you want to be there and don't want to miss it, sometimes it happens in life. We miss situations, we get past them, and then sometimes better blessings come down around the road.
And it's beautiful when you have your own things for yourself. When you know how it feels good when you work something for yourself. I made this happen for myself.
Most definitely.
There wasn't no third person involved. There wasn't no second person involved. I worked for myself. I worked for this. Whatever I have today, I earned it. Let's dive into it for 1 second. Like, how difficult for me to see a young person, 23 years old, stuck in a house, letting their parents buy whatever they want them to buy, and you sit your butt in the house. Like, how crazy that is.
It's crazy.
Like
it's just taking responsibility in life.
And we're in the middle of the pandemic, but if you take a walk 1 mile down this way, you're gonna see a whole bunch of signs saying we need people, we're hiring. Even we in the middle of the pandemic.
Most definitely. I mean, there's a lot of jobs that have closed, and there's a lot of new jobs that have opened.
Do you think that's the parents' fault of not putting that commitment to them to work, or do you think that's the own person's fault not having that drive to work?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, you can get the influence. When
you're growing up, right?
A lot of things are based around energy. If you're around that slow and that negative energy for a long time, it's gonna resonate through you for a long time. It's kind of like rubs off when you say, hey, I see you're doing what you're doing. Let me work around you and let's see if some of that good luck rubs off onto me. Type situation.
The environment.
Yeah, trying to let that environment influence you.
That hits different, you know. When you have an environment of people that work you and motivating you, compared to environment that's just loud and depressing and unfocused.
Yeah.
You know that can really shift your vision in a way. You know, like a lot of kids nowadays, that's what happens. It's the environment where they grew up at or their household. You know, growing up with a single parent or growing up with just not having that proper structure. You know.
Yeah, it's always about like, I mean, nowadays you can't beat a kid. You can't do anything.
Yeah, that's a no-no.
You gotta find other ways to
discipline.
Yeah, the discipline, and you beat your kid, you're gonna wind up getting your kid taken away, or you getting locked up. Things like that nowadays. So, I mean, that was a core structure of most of everybody's discipline when they were younger, from our generation and back. And I feel like that switched after our generation. So, but
it's interesting. We're making an interesting show.
Like I said, it's all about the teachings of the family and the environment that your kid's in is how they're going to grow up. There's no way that's not. But then again, you also have those kids that get inspired by other means as well. Like when I was younger, I used to watch people on like YouTube or the internet and be like,
I want to be like you. I want to work hard as you and have the things you have.
Yeah. I want to be able to. I want to know how that feels
to have that.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Like sometimes, not necessarily your parent motivates you to do something, but maybe like whoever you grew up watching or inspired by.
Yeah. Somebody who can be a real role model. No Cardi B role model, because she is not a role model.
Whoa, wait a minute. Cardi B is a role model. She went from stripping to making music. A businesswoman now. I mean,
talking about a WAP.
Hey.
That's...
If you look at the numbers, who makes the biggest numbers? Talking about WAP? About a WAP? Or having a soft...
Like I said, I don't have anything against Cardi B, but it's like...
Sounds like you have something problem with Cardi B,
no.
man. So it sounds like you have a problem with Cardi B. That's what it is. You can be transparent with the camera. Let the people know what's the issue you have with Cardi.
I have no issue with Cardi B, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just no. I'm just saying, like, it's not always the best to flaunt sexuality around, especially when it comes down to like the younger kids and stuff like that. I could see when it comes past a certain limit, when you get into your later teens and things like that, getting ready to become your 20s, idolizing somebody who'd be something like that, but it's like, you can't let that influence the kids too yet.
Remember, what Cardi puts out there, it's not her job to, control what kids see.
Yeah, I know.
That's the parents, be like, you cannot be on this and that and that and that and that.
That's 100% the truth, but it still gets out some way, somehow.
So,
whether it's through that kid's friend, that their parents have less restrictions on them, or whatever.
Well, that's when the parents will come and play, be like, you're not hanging out with this guy and this girl, and we need to get your ass in the house. And that's period.
But you see my perspective.
I see. It can get out there. I see what you're saying.
It can go a little bit too much, like, sometimes.
But also, it can inspire girls to be singers, at the end of the day. It has
singers or rappers, but if you feel like you got to throw your body out there all the time to make a difference for yourself, I mean, that's up to you. I'm not judging you, but...
We'll let Cardi do her thing,
Yeah.
Well, guys, man, another beautiful episode of Smoking the Truth Podcast. Is your host...
Orlando Flo right there.
And Ken Oz on the other side.
Yeah. Just like how this episode came straight to you guys.
From the camera.
Straight to the phones, straight to the computer.
Just make sure you guys like...
Share and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you're watching on YouTube.
And don't forget, guys, it's been a beautiful content. It's a beautiful 2021 coming around the corner, man.
Most definitely.
Let's grind. Let's do this, guys.
We love you guys. We appreciate everything.
Have a blessed one. It's been Smoking the Truth Podcast.
See you.
Love you. One love.